Hey everybody, it's Kimosabi here. Give you a little update here with our little drop or dip that I was talking about yesterday, and I'm wondering if this dip matches anything. And it's a potential here with this leg down right there. I want to measure that. I am in log scale, and I'll go right to the all-time high. And look where we came, right to the 100 fib extension at 92.3. Might have another stab down, but it's getting in the area of interest around here. So if that pattern is to match, what comes out of there could be this very large candle up. Let's draw that out. So not a guarantee, but we do see a little three-legged move there, a little three-legged move there. This move up here, this little move up here, and to this move down, to that move down. So as for right now, the measurements do match. If it comes in any lower, like in this vicinity here, that's totally fine. Invalidation is at the 1.618 in log scale. So we'd basically just be coming back down to back test these highs and take any orders that the market maker pushed the market down with, and he's just taking those orders and flipping them long. So the most bullish pattern I would see coming out of here is a very big move like this. If you get that, do your best to try to buy the pullback. Like previous support, act as support again. That would be your buy, and you're pushing up quite a bit, potentially. Target on that is like 130 grand or something like that, if we get it. But I think minimum target was 109. That's, of course, if those legs match. If they don't, then you're going to push lower, and then we go into a deeper correction. Still in a downtrend here. You're still making lower lows, lower highs, and you're not going to make a higher high until you're at least above 96 on a closing basis. So this trend can be all the way up there before you can find your entry, which is fine because you just buy previous support. So this would push up here, maybe clear some orders, come back down to previous support. Support there, support there. Maybe you get support again. That could be a good entry on like a 4 hour or higher time frame. You see what the market did today. It came down. It didn't stop me out because my stop loss was below that wick. So then it pushed up here, grabbed this liquidity. That's always a take profit. Anytime you break a level, like you come up to it right there, pull back, then you break the level, you should have orders set there to take some profit. And of course, it came back down and stopped me out of the rest of my position. And it's down to this area now. So now if I was to try to re-enter, how do I do it? Well, the easiest way to kind of clearly see what's going on is put it on a line chart. And you just come and zoom into price. You can see that the trend is down. You're still in a sell. This is still a sell setup right there because of that leg there matching this leg. This can push down quite a bit. So definitely have your stop tight. But as soon as this closes above that breaks that downtrend, and you try to buy previous support for a push up. So trending down, low, lower high, lower high, lower high. There's a lower low. If this comes up here and closes a higher high, then you have a trend change and you try to buy the higher low. And if it does come back down to previous support, gives you that higher low entry, where do you take profits? So I'm always a fan of taking 25% at the 1-to-1 fib extension at these liquidities over here and also up here. If this pushes all the way up there, that would be another take profit up here. And then I would look to previous supports to hold as support again. Maybe it gives you that pullback that I was talking about. So currently not a buy just yet, but as soon as it closes a higher high, you can give it a shot. Then stop loss will go at the low. You may close a 1 hour lower low and then continue the trend down. Elliott wave theory suggests that you could have another low based upon the measurements of this wave down. You reach the 1.618 or close to it. And that can be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type of thing going on, or you would label it 1, 2, 3, maybe flag out here for 4 and down for 5. And that would come down to 88. Take all that liquidity down there. And then you might get a bounce from there and then continuation down, because you might be closing, below here. If you close below there, you probably have a lower high and some kind of head and shoulders pattern playing out and push down further. So if you wanted to sell this as a potential wave 4, if this is flagging out, there's ways to measure that as per Elliott wave theory. And you'd expect a 50% retrace of that wave 3. So just go from the high, measure down to the low where it hit the 1618, and you'd have a sell set up at the 382 at 94,937 to potentially push back and double bottom and ultimately bounce back up to 95.7 to take those liquidities. So if you start closing a higher high, look for the higher low at the daily open right there. I always keep the daily open line right on my chart. Maybe you bounce up there to the 382, flag out a little bit, push up to the 0.5, and then push down more. So yeah, definitely a sell setup can be taken off of that to push down for those liquidities, or even further maybe. There's also a potential buy setup, seeing as your weekly trend is up, daily trend is up. You just need the 4-hour trend to turn up before you're in alignment again, and then this can really get moving. So if this thing does push back up to all-time highs and repeats that pattern and repeats that leg, you've got much higher to go, potentially. Like, I would consider potentially repeating this leg from current area and get up to 114 to the 618 with a potential overperformance up to 130 to 143,000, somewhere in that pocket before pulling back again. So what would that look like in Elliott wave theory? Well, you'd have a 1, 2, 3. This would be like some kind of running flat 4, and this would be a push-up 5. And you might get an extended 5th wave in wave 3, which is common for wave 3 to get the extended 5th. Yeah, but you have to just track the wave as it comes at you and look for the setups when they come. This is currently looking like it could be a buy setup, but not so much for Elliott wave, but yeah, it does work for Elliott wave, having some kind of ABC, and then this being some kind of ABC up there as a running flat. That does work, but you do need to make higher highs and higher lows. You could start on the 1 hour, making that higher high, higher low, and then get up to the 4-hour higher high, and then you buy the 4-hour higher low, and then continuation of trend is assumed. We will see what we get, though. I'll try to make a video later. I just wanted to give that quick update as to what we could be looking at here, and watch for your trend shift potentially in this area. Sometimes they bring it down to the 1618 just to make it look like a wave 3, just to get everybody to expect lower, and that ends up being a bottom. Okay, I'll make a video later on, and yeah, keep your stops tight and have a good night. Talk to you later.